welcome. My name is Hayes, for those of you who don't know, and today I have a story time on how I met my fiance and I guess kind of like the beginning of our relationship. So, yeah, if you want to know more on this story, then please keep on watching. Okay, so where do I even start? Um, so we had went to middle school together. I think we went to like the 7th and 8th grade together. In 8th grade, I was dating this guy, and he was David's friend. David is my fiance, and he was David's friend, and we were all like in the same friends group. We all kind of knew each other, knew who we were, but I didn't personally like mingle with my boyfriend's friends, so I didn't know who David personally was like him, but I knew who he was, if that makes sense. So then fast forward, in about '09, we were both 19, so we met or I guess we started re-talking because back then we had MySpace. Oh, I feel so old. Okay, yeah, so we had MySpace, and I think like I wrote on one of his pictures or he commented on one of mine. I really don't remember like how or who messaged each other first, but that's how like it started, and then from there we just kind of like started, like messaging each other back and forth. At the time, he did work in Louisiana or somewhere far, so he wasn't here. So when we started messaging each other, like talking, we couldn't, meet up or see each other because he worked so far. So then he had ended up coming back. I guess the job was over or finished or something. So he came back, and around this time, it's like Halloween. Like that week was Halloween. So I remember I went to a Halloween party. I dressed up as so like embarrassing. I dressed up as like a cat, a black cat with like the little ears, the black leotard, and the little tail. Fun fact, that night I lost my tail at his house and we never seemed to find it. He said it was never there. Um, I truly think he stole my tail because I never found the tail to my outfit. But anyways, so I would think I like called him and I was like, hey, like let's meet up, like I'm out. And it was really late, like really late. And I was like, I'm out and about, like let me drive to your house. And he was like, okay, yeah, blah blah blah. So I went to his house. No one was at his house. It was like no one there. So it was just me and him. And when I first seen him, I was like, oh, he fine. Oh, he fine. He had like this black, like, cause it was like cold, so he had this like black jacket and this like all white nice t-shirt and some start-stuff jeans and some J's, because oh, I love a man in J's. Yes. Oh, he looks so fine. And then his eyes, he has like these greenish kind of hazel eyes or like light brown. I don't know, his eyes are just I love them. So when I seen him, I was like, oh, he fine. But I'm playing cool, and I let him know like how excited I am and everything. So yeah, we go and we're chilling. I think we're like watching a movie or something. And like I said, we were friends, like kind of flirting back and forth. At this time, I wasn't looking for a boyfriend or like any kind of relationship because I had just got out of like a really abusive relationship. It was really toxic, and it was like a 5-year relationship. That's a whole nother story. So yeah, we both didn't want a relationship. And I think like just because I was in that toxic relationship that I really was tied down, I guess, and I never got to really date or experiment too much. So when I finally like broke it off with that guy, like I was like, okay, I'm gonna live my life, I'm gonna have fun, and I live my life to the fullest. Okay, so I didn't want a boyfriend. Like I think I was like talking to like other guys, not like as in like a relationships, but like as friends, or like friends with benefits and blah 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 blah, just like hookups, I guess, and like friends for like dates and stuff, like movie dates and stuff, but not like a relationship. So it was kind of like that. And David at the time, he he had been working, and then before he went to work, he had just got like out of school and everything. He was really used to being single, I guess, and he wanted to like experiment and have his fun. And at the time too, he was talking to other girls, not like in a relationship or anything, but like I was, like just friends with benefits and hookups and, you know, like dinner dates and stuff. So we were just both like out there mingling when we went. So we both didn't want a relationship. So yeah, we were hanging out and we were watching a movie that night. We're like making out or whatever, and you know, it's getting a little spicy. And then he's like, let's go to the room. And in my mind, I'm like, boy, like, yeah, like I want you as like a friend, as a benefit, but at the same time, I'm not gonna let you hit it the first time like we kind of like meet. Like, no, like I don't know. I was just taught like not ever just the first night, you know. So, anyways, so we go back to his room, and in my mind like you ain't get any. So, but it gets, you know, a little more spicy and everything, touchy feely over the clothes, and I'm like. So at the and once it was like going to where I was like, oh, like it's not happening. Like my brothers and cousins always told me like you never sleep with a guy on the first night, because if so, you a hoe. So I was like, I can't. So we didn't. I left him all excited and everything. And then after that, we still like, you know, we hung out, we talked and everything. I have a picture somewhere of like our first date, and I think we went to like the movies, and we went to go see 2012. That's when everybody thought the world was gonna end, like in 2012 or whatever. So we went and seen that, and I was like, oh, like he's so cute. But at the same time, I didn't want to be in a relationship. So during all this time, like I didn't want to be at my house, because I was my home, like with my family, like my mom and stuff. It was kind of like a toxic household. So I was like, I don't want to be there. So I had just like saved up and bought my own car during all this. So I ended up, you know, kind of hanging out with my cousin, and they were young and partying, and it was like just a fun time. We just went out to like the clubs, the after hours, and we just had fun. And you know, I would call David, and David would come along, and I would always tell my cousin, oh, his eyes are so cute, like, oh my god, he cute. And she's like, why don't y'all just get together, like y'all should just get together. And I was like, no, like I don't want no relationship, like I'm I'm happy where we at right now. And my family, everybody loved David from like the moment they like met him or whatever. So, and he's just like totally this sweet, awesome guy. And my cousin would always be like tell David like, she likes you, y'all should get together. And I would be like, we know what it is, like we're just friends right now. So then you know, we started hanging out all that year. And then the next year comes along, which is now 2011. And it was like the beginning of the year, like February time, and we were talking already. And at this point, I think because we were talking for so long and we were such good friends, like I said, we hung out every day. I told him everything, he told me everything. We were just truly best friends. So, you know, this night we're out and we're like so drunk. We're at like an after hours, and we're just so drunk. And I remember we're dancing, and like I hug him, and I'm like, why don't you just ask me out? Like, I like you, and you know, we kind of been hanging out for a long time, but you have never like just said, hey, do you want to be my girlfriend? And I was like, I think like we've been talking long enough that maybe we can, you know, do that. Because at this time I had already like stopped talking to everybody, like all the other guys, and I think he had too. So he was like, I was gonna ask you out, on Valentine's Day. I had it planned, but since you couldn't wait, then yeah, like let's just make it official. And I was like, ooh. But because we were so drunk that night and that whole week and everything, we now I only know that it's sometime before Valentine's Day, because I remember him telling me that like I was gonna ask you out on Valentine's Day. And then I remember, because on my Facebook, when I first got my Facebook, I posted a picture of my Valentine's Day gift, I guess, that he gave me at that time. So I knew it was like sometime like around there, but we don't know what is our actual like anniversary day. Like, so every time I go back, I try to look like during that time, and like okay, it had to be a Friday or a Saturday. So it had to be like maybe like the 12th. I don't even know. I had looked it up like a long time ago, but I don't even know. So now it's just like we just kind of wait until like Valentine's Day and then we just kind of go all out for each other. But I always say like Halloween is like our night because that's like the day that we kind of first like vibed and filled each other out. No pun intended, but you know, we kind of vibed, and at that moment, like even at that moment something sparked. But I think because I was so traumatized and he was off like having fun himself, that was like the furthest thing from my mind was like a relationship at that time. So I think like, you know, everybody finds love differently, but I think when you find true love when you're not really looking for it and it just kind of comes upon you. And I know that sounds so corny to say, but it's how it worked out for us, and I think it worked out so good for so long because communication is key. Now, like I said, I came from a toxic household. I came from a toxic like previous relationship that was like really toxic and like made me like just like it destroyed me. So me coming from all that, and David, he's just so laid back, he's so chilled, like nothing bothers him. And when we would argue, like that would be something that would drive me nuts, like, oh, you don't get mad, because I was used to when you fight with your partner, like it was like a brutal like beat down fight, and he was just like so calm, so that would like make me so mad for like the longest. But I am the more crazier one out of our relationship. I'm the one that will like, oh, get mad quicker or like react, I guess. And he's like looking at me like, girl, calm down. So I think like he's like my perfect balance. But I do love him so much. Babe, you know, you're my world, and you know, I love you so much, and I appreciate everything that you do for me. Yeah, I just had to throw that out there. But yeah, I truly love him, and you know, we had a lot of rough times. Times we were broke, times we were like, how are we gonna pay our bills? Times were, how are we gonna eat? But I'm so fortunate, and I thank God so much for, we're just so blessed at this point in our life right now, and we came a long way. So now we own our house, our cars, and everything, and I'm just so blessed and grateful. But I have always said and always lived by, you know, you have to go through horrible things to have a better outcome. You have to learn certain lessons to be a certain kind of person, and I have lived that life and been through those lessons. And you know, life still isn't easy, it's not perfect. I struggle with like anxiety, depression, of course, everybody nowadays. But I really do. I've been through so much. I just thank God still every day, even on my worst day, because at the end of the day, I am doing okay. But I guess that's it. That's this video. I'm pretty sure there's a lot that I've missed, and probably maybe some I said too much. But yeah, I have a lot of stories, and if anybody wants to know more, have any questions, feel free to leave me a message down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to share it with someone who may be in love, you can share it. I mean, but you don't have to. And if you would, please go ahead and click that subscribe button, because it would mean the world to me. And you could keep up with me and get to know me, and we could grow a friendship, because a girl don't really have any friends because her attitude and anxiety is so bad. So if you want to help me work on my anxiety and become my friend, then you know, go ahead and subscribe. But yeah, until next time, bye.